You are now listening to About That Business, hosted by Rom Wills. Rom Wills is an entrepreneur and personal coach who has helped people reach their fullest potential personally and professionally. Take it away, Rom.
Our topic today, have hustlers in your circle. Check it out, right? If you're going to be in any type of business and be an entrepreneur, or in the more urban vernacular, a hustler, you need to keep other hustlers in your circle. You know, because that's one of the things. It's a certain mindset to live as, you know, to hustle for your money. It really is. It's a totally different mindset. As someone who's done both, worked the 9 to 5 and hustled, it's a totally different thing. Because when you work in a 9 to 5, you can, first of all, most 9 to 5s, regardless of what it is, you can do it asleep. Even if it's like an assembly line job, it can be such a routine. You could be half asleep, whatever, and still do an efficient job. And plus, you always know you got that money. Like, you can plan out that money for months. Right? You know, in the climate of layoffs and stuff, they ain't always bright, but you can still do it. Right? So you know you're going to get a certain amount of money. You know if you work a certain amount of hours, a certain amount of money, you're going to get it. So you're going to have a certain amount of complacency, a certain amount of comfort. Right? But when you're a hustler, you know, 1 month you might make 10,000, the next month 2,000. Right? If you on that hustle, it's like, depending on what you're doing, the season, some businesses, jobs are seasonal. Like if you're selling t-shirts or something like that, during the winter might not be the best time always, or certain periods of time. Like I say, t-shirt sales are generally slow, like from September through December. Because, people looking more for sweaters and stuff. I mean, stores will have some just out anyway, but usually slow. That's why usually around the end of summer and stuff, you can always get good deals on t-shirts, right? But the overall point is you're going to have, your money's going to be different, right? And because of that, you're going to have different mentalities. Now, one of the worst things, sometimes some people, they want to get on their hustle and stuff. They hang around 9 to 5ers. They're cool and everything, but that can be tough. That can be tough because they have a certain mentality. They got a certain thing with time. They might not be the type who think about in terms of going for dreams and stuff. They're more stable and everything, and they're not bad people. But that mentality can actually hurt you if you're a hustler. Because even, sometimes, they might be well-meaning and stuff, and they'll say, well, you should just get that steady job or something like that. Or, as they said back in when I was younger, get a job for the government or get a job at the post office. As we know nowadays, those aren't necessarily, easy to get, right? And people mean well, but when you have hustlers in your circle, they understand your life, they understand you. And they can also encourage you. Also, you're in that energy. See, when you're in that energy around people 9 to 5, it's, sometimes you start questioning yourself. It's like, should I do this? And you don't really have the same support. Right? When you're around hustlers, one thing I've noticed around being around other hustlers, people, it's a different energy. It's a different respect. It's a different support for what you're doing. Because they understand. It's like they understand what you're doing. Right? They understand what you're doing with your life, where you going and everything, right? They understand that perfectly. They're like, shoot, you getting that hustle, you doing that thing? Man, shoot, let me help you. There's even you can even say sometimes if people can work it, they get in a little network of hustlers. I mean, some businesses might have it, depending on what you're doing. But, you talk to somebody else, they understand. Like, you see kind of a community of that when you deal with vendors. That's one thing when I was vending, more active doing vending. There's a certain camaraderie. There's a certain community because people understand what you're doing. They understand about sales. You know, you can always get another vendor to watch your stuff or even know your prices. Like, you know, I've been doing some when I'm doing some book vending, sometimes if I say, yeah, I'm gonna get something to eat or something, you want something, might get something for the next person while they watch your stuff. Or they'll say, well, how much generally does your stuff cost? I've actually had vendors next to me sell my products for me and give me the money. That's how deep it is. And I've done it. In fact, I was helping out a vendor one time. I wasn't even vending. I was just at the show, and I knew the vendor, and you know, she had to walk away for something. I'm sitting at her table like I'm selling her stuff. I was like, how much all your stuff cost? I was like working some people too. Got her a couple sales. But you want to keep that in your circle. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the more stable 9 to 5 in your circle. Definitely not. You know, they cool with you, family, friends, and all of that. But you need to keep about a few, and they don't have to be the best of friends. They can be acquaintances, or they could be what I call high friends. You're like, you see them someplace, you're like, hey, you know. But you want to keep that in your circle because of the mindset. That's the main thing, and the energy of it. Because people will tend to take on the energy of whoever they're around. I think it was Robert Kiyosaki said your salary will be the average of your 5 closest friends. And I firmly believe that. That's why, like, right now, people don't realize it, but I stay to myself a lot. I'm introverted in that way. I don't hang out with a lot of people. You know, they got to be, if I do, like, they got to either be hustlers or highly paid salary people, or, you know, like commission salesmen. Like, those are, if you're going to hang around like some 9 to 5ers, salespeople are the best ones, because they, in a way, they're hustling too. You know, anybody who has to like really work for extra money, those are people you want to be around, because it will rub off on you. You will pick up something. You know, you will be in that mindset, because it's easy when you're doing stuff and other people are doing the same thing. You feel supported even if somebody don't actually offer you a word of support. You know, you feel more comfortable. You feel like, hey, I'm doing the right thing, and it actually affects your energy. So it like do that. Like if for the business people out there, like if you vending or something, get to know other vendors. All right, get to know, talk to them. You see, shoot, you go to market yourself, just talk to them, man. You know, you don't have to be their friend, but talk to them. Be real friendly and stuff, right? You know, go to your flea market or something, get to know some people. Be like, hey, how you doing and everything, you know, especially people you get stuff from. Like at my local flea market, I usually only get 3 things because it's an Amish market. I get food, but I also get like some shea butter from this family of West Africans, right? And I like how they do it. They got the whole family in there and stuff, so their kids automatically learning stuff. So, you know, talk with them. Usually have my sons with me, and they're just like, boom, hey, your son's getting taller and all that, you know. Got my hippie place that I get my incense from. You know, we shoot the breeze, right? But you understand, you get into that. So that's the important thing. You want to keep hustlers in your circle. You want to keep that mindset, you know. And if you can, try to, if there's any like meetup groups in your area or something that, especially if they're in the same profession, you see what you can do. I mean, that'll be something, you know. It's like if you're a t-shirt designer, try to see what's up with other t-shirt people. And plus, business-wise, businesses are relationships anyway. You make more business advancements, right? You make more business advancements like just over some casual stuff, casual conversations, than you probably would like in an interview or something like that, doing something formal. So, you know, it keeps you going. It can advance you business wise and everything. So just keep that in mind, and y'all know what to do. Let's go make that money.